This is the part 2 of the 48-in-1 educational computer review. Just going through some other things now with the games. This is the Tetris, the Nintendo version of Tetris, the two-player version. Tetris as an educational game, it does actually have some merit, unbelievably. There was some tests done that actually increased cognition, spatial cognition in females, in young adolescent females, by, it was claimed, up to 285%, whereas in young adolescent males, it increased it by about 40%. So actually, yeah, unbelievably, it does actually have some merit. Okay, these are the games here. Here's another kind of game. It's one of those slide picture games. You don't need a computer to do this. But anyway, it is what it is. I suppose for a 3-year-old, if they can, there I've done it. If they can figure out how to use a computer, it might be mildly entertaining. There are different levels and modes, etc. Not really educational, but you know, it's helpful, I guess, for something or other. This is what's called the message board that I'm just going into now. All it does is just type letters onto the screen as you type them in the keyboard. Not really a lot of use. Can't really think what you'd use it for apart from a 5-year-old who wanted to bash around and found the keyboard. Just so you can see what each key does. This is another calculator. You can use the function keys as well to perform all the functions. It just calculates it for you. Educational, not really. And here are some games down here. Duck Hunt you use with the light gun. Some more games which are based on track and field. They've got all the events here. Not really educational at all. Try one out. This is probably my favourite of all the track and field games. The archery one, and it's all about timing and hand-eye coordination, I guess. But really, this is stretching it to say that it's educational. It really isn't. In fact, if they removed all the sports games and they removed the Mario style game, then I could see it being relatively educational. But these games, they're really not what I would call educational at all. It would do much better without them. In fact, there is one without them. It's called the 32-in-1 cartridge. The 33 to 48 are all those games. Here's another one which was originally released by Nintendo, and I believe still is. Donkey Kong Jr. Maths. It's actually quite fun, and the kids enjoy playing it. I've actually got some video of the kids playing it. Very simple 2-player game. One on the left, one on the right, and the first one to collect the right parts to the sum that Donkey Kong's holding up wins. Fairly self-explanatory, really. That's all there is to this game. It gets harder as it goes along, and obviously the guy on the left's one. It's also got a B game, a harder game, and it's also got something called exercise. So here what you do is you walk your Donkey Kong along, or whatever, or your whatever along. What's he called? Baby Donkey Kong, I guess. And you select the sum, divides, and this is all maths. I was figuring out how to play this. I wasn't really sure, but that's sum number 1 that's flashing, and all the ropes, they're different units, 1s, 10s, 100s, 10,000 10,000s, 100,000, etc. And obviously the sums get harder as they go up. So you got to solve the sums and then push the lock up. If you push it up before it's done, you lose, like I've just done here. The bird actually, if we go back in and then select something maybe a little bit easier, so you can see exactly. That seems to be the simplest one. Okay, so we're on sum number 1, and I can crawl up here and push this up or down, I guess, if I go above it. Okay, what do I do here? Oh yes, okay, see where the bird is. Now, 6 times 3 is 18, so as I go up, the numbers increase. As I go down, it decreases. And I don't know how to select it. I think I just go across. Okay, so I just go across. I don't know, do I have to go back here? No, I don't want to do that. Did that last time. Okay, I think what I've got to do is go up and get this till 8. Okay. 8. And there we go. And I guess, how do I select it now? It's still flashing. I guess, no, that's pause. Okay, well you can see from, I've just restarted, well you can see from the point of view of a 5 or 6 year old figuring it out. I can't figure it out, you know, but with a little bit of playing around, I just restarted it. I don't know what happened there. Okay, so I think what you've got to do is you've got to crawl up the ropes and do the sums. Restart it, I don't know what happened. So, select the 10s. Don't know how to, you just climb off the rope, I think. Okay, and it stays as 1. Okay, so what happens when you crawl back? Okay, so you crawl back off at that point, and it'll stay where it is. And then you jump off. And there it's done. It took me a while to figure that out. And then I can move this lock up 1, I guess, and go to number 2. If I move it all the way up, because I haven't completed the 10 sums, I die. So, educational, kind of, I guess. It's just a little bit of fun, really. Now, coming back to the G Basic, I said before there were some problems with it, so I'm just typing in 5, CLS, clear the screen. I'm just about to demonstrate this here with a for next loop. So for x equals 1 to, or 0 to 255, which is the maximum that an 8-bit computer can store in terms of separate numbers. Or let's do it 1 to 255, starting with character 1, because it actually 255 units. Print character string, so it's going to print character string number 1, and then let's put, how should we do this, because we want to number it as well. So let's print the character string of x, okay, and we want to put a number next to it to denote which character string it is. These are all the character strings stored in the computer's memory, predefined character strings. Okay, so if I put a comma there, then there should be a space, and then the number, and it should print tabulated across the screen. And not go to. You have to put in next. I think you have to specify the variable in this version of Blitz, or is it Basic? Sorry, Basic. And then we'll just end the program. Okay, so if we run that, the first few are left blank up to about 31, I think, or 32. This is so you can use your own character set, but it's printing out all the different character sets, the alphanumeric and all the graphics. So you can use these for level editors in games, etc. But actually this isn't too good a thing to use unless you're just doing it. I've changed it to 254 there. Do the same thing again, it'll go to 254 because the actual registers for the memory, although it says it's got 32k of memory, there's something wrong with the actual amount of memory it actually has available to it, and that sometimes causes, there we go, we've got an error, the program to be cut short. So anything above 4 or 5 lines you can't actually do. In addition to that, you can't save the programs. Even though I've got this on a cartridge that I demonstrated earlier that you can save to. Okay, so you don't have to specify the X variable. It will work fine without it. So even though I've got a save cartridge, it will only save Word, 8-bit Word and 8-bit Excel documents. It won't actually save these to the cart. I've tried with the save commands, it doesn't work, unfortunately, and as you can see, there is the problem. It's now only listed 10, 20 and 30, line 30 and line 40 are missing. So if I try to run this again, then I'll get an error, which is a little bit annoying. That's why you can only see what I mean. That's why you can only really use this for demonstration purposes. You know, so I run it again, run it, and that's because line 30 has nothing in it. So we can correct this. You have to reset, then you have to go all the way back in to GBasic, press 1, and then type in the program again. So 5, clear the screen, 10, 4x equals 1, 2, 255. Oops, put a space in there. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until it gets to 255. 20, print character string, using the function keys to print out those strings. The character string and then the number of the character string and tabulate it across the screen. Next, 40, we want it to end. So hopefully when we run this, we shouldn't get any errors whatsoever. And there we go. The first 30 to 31 or 32 characters actually are blank for your own definition, and you'd use this symbol after command and some data statements to reprogram it, but to define your own characters, but unfortunately you can't do that because it doesn't have enough memory. And there we go. Okay, no errors for now. Okay, so just to finish off, maybe I'm thinking we should have a look at these games. These are not really what I'd call educational at all. Soccer is one, which is exact copy of the Nintendo Soccer. Good for 2-player games, I guess. Reset it again, and the last one here is a Mario style game. It's actually a copy of Mario, just with different graphics. Pendamar or something. And the 2 Duck Hunts, Duck Hunt A and Duck Hunt B next to it. As you can see, it's a complete copy of Mario. Not educational whatsoever, but you know, it's a great game, so I guess that's why they included it. They should have removed this one and Duck Hunt and Soccer and all the sports games, which is pretty much close to what the 32 and 1 is, and maybe put some other more educational games on there. But there you go, and that's me. Bye bye. So all in all, for a 5 to 10-year-old, yeah, maybe it's worth it. A nice sort of educational Christmas present. I wouldn't pay over $20 for it. There are some on the internet that are charging $50.